Hello, world. Welcome to another very strange edition of my favorite show on this sports network. It's halftime with Baxter Colburn and Tanner Burke. I am Tanner Burke.
And I'm Baxter Colburn.
Not to be confused with Baxter Colburn. I am Tanner Burke.
You're Tanner Burke?
I'm Tanner Burke.
I thought I was Tanner Burke.
You can be Tanner Burke.
Can I be Banner Turk?
No.
But I can be Tanner Burke.
You can be Tanner Burke.
I feel like we're contradicting ourselves already.
It's not even Halloween.
That doesn't make any sense.
Moving on.
How
It's
are
gonna be
you,
a
Tanner
weird
Burke?
show. I'm good.
I heard you were leading the show today.
I'm leading the show today.
I heard you were leading the show today.
That
I got
sounds
the
good to
email
me.
this morning. I got the tweets.
I didn't get the memo, but I'm fine with that.
You're leading the show today. Welcome to Wednesday. Welcome to What's Up Wednesday.
I have a feeling I will be leading most shows on Wednesdays.
Yes. 100% true.
I don't have a problem with that.
It's a small step.
Take some burden off your shoulders.
Yes. I'm going to be...
You did a complete wardrobe change from two up front.
Do we need to switch spots? Because this is like... you're supposed to lead from this spot. I'll switch with you. Why don't we switch?
Do you want to switch?
Why don't we switch? I don't want to confuse the people at home.
Are you going to drink my beer too? What's going on here?
I'm not going to drink a Guinness, please.
Jeez. Look at this. Really, truly riveting stuff. This is gold from a production standpoint.
Producers behind the scenes like, what the hell is going on?
Our entertainment value just went way up, and it's not because I'm in the hosting seat. All right.
That's a good portion of what it is.
Should I just start over? Hello, world. Welcome to halftime on
we've already
Brew
covered
Sports.
this.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, we did.
I'm Baxter Colburn. Oh,
and I'm Banner Turk.
All right.
Bills suck. I hate you, Tom Brady.
All right, Banner Turk. Let's see. So it's Wednesday. I don't know if you knew that.
What's up, Wednesday?
I don't know if you knew that.
Did not. I'm just moving our stuff?
Yeah.
Okay. Should we actually start?
I guess.
Go.
Okay.
Talk. It's your show, Tanner.
It's my
I am
show.
but a
It's
mere
my
pawn
show.
in your game today.
It's Wednesday, and on Wednesdays we like to talk about what's up. So what's up Wednesday?
Lots of stuff.
What's up? Jesus, what is going on today?
Why are you having... This is why. Okay, you're done. You can't host anymore. You can't get your microphone together.
I can't. My hair's messed up.
I know what's up.
What's up?
We have a great guest in the second segment, don't we?
We do have a great guest in the second segment. Matthew Evans will be speaking with us in a few moments, but first we have a couple tidbits to talk about, or at least to preview before I'm sure we'll go into some of these a little bit more. But LeVar Ball.
Love LeVar Ball.
My favorite ball.
Football, baseball.
My favorite ball is back.
That's a Donald Trump thing.
He's back in the media again, which is amazing because
is it?
Yesterday I literally just talked about how UCLA probably told LeVar Ball to shut up.
I hope they did.
Stop being such an idiot because they're giving him a bad rap, and it really. I mean,
how'd that work out for him?
Well, they won. It's a distraction, I think, for the team, and I'm surprised that they're still playing well. And LeVar Ball would gladly give the credit to his son, I'm sure.
Oh, he would just take the credit.
But LeVar Ball is back in the news, so that's what's up. We will talk about that. And my other favorite horrible person, LeBron James. I almost called him LeBron.
LeBron. Well, I made the argument this morning on the Morning Brew that LeBron feels like he would fit in with the Ball family. LiAngelo, LaMelo, Lorenzo, LeBron. Like, they all basically are like long-lost children.
So at what point does LeVar come up to LeBron and just say, LeBron?
Is that what he sounds like?
I am your father.
Bum, bum, bum.
That's not going to happen.
No, it's not
going to happen.
Not at all.
The USA is in their first World Baseball Classic Finals, which is amazing to me. It's surprising because I feel like
get excited if you're the USA.
Is always near the top.
This has never happened before, right?
Yeah, it's never happened before.
Get fired up.
It is exciting. It's the first time, fun fact, it's the first time in the entire World Baseball Classic that something exciting is going on.
What's the World Baseball Classic?
Exactly.
Okay.
Let's see, what else? The Tom Brady's jersey suspect / culprit, who I'm sure is in custody, sought autographs and selfies with the equipment, so that's fun. We'll also talk about...
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
People are talking to us on Facebook, by the way.
Are they?
Yeah. These are the things
I'm still covering what's up.
But you're ignoring the people. These are the things you have to juggle, Tanner.
Who really matters here? Is it me or is it the people?
I don't know.
Okay.
Usually the people.
Trevor says I need to get my popcorn ready. When is the Tecmo Showdown of the century taking place? I forgot to bring it.
we never did Patriots Bills sim yesterday.
We didn't.
That'll be as soon as the show's off the air. We're definitely going to do that.
I forgot to bring it. I'm really disappointed.
I don't know what Adam is saying here. But Adam says God about time. I don't know if that's God about time that you're hosting or that I'm finally not hosting anymore.
Oh, I think because we started late.
Oh, yeah.
Full
apologies.
disclaimer, on Wednesdays we may start a couple minutes late due to, Baxter hosting the show that literally goes right up to when we're supposed to start.
Literally.
And he's got to change clothes apparently. And
I can change again.
Run to the bathroom for a quick potty break. This is what this has come to. We're not even 5 minutes into the show, and Baxter's already taking his clothes off.
You're welcome, America.
Get ready for another weird episode. That's for sure.
I feel like this is a better look anyway. I feel more professional
this
in
is
this
gonna
outfit.
This is going to be a pretty interesting
show.
show.
I don't know what happened to the rest of my sleeves.
Baxter looked at the schedule today, and he's like, there's nothing in there. Tanner, you're hosting. All right. Guess what, Baxter? I hate Sidney Crosby. We'll talk about that later. I know we talked about it a little bit yesterday.
Everybody hates Sidney Crosby except for Sidney Crosby.
We'll talk about that later. Yesterday. Okay, let's see. You want to talk soccer today, don't you?
I do want to talk soccer, but
you're my soccer guy.
Do we need to talk about it right now? Do we want to go to Matt Evans and talk about soccer?
That's your call, man.
You're the host. If you want to transition, you lead the transition.
Well, what else is up, Baxter? How are you? Because you're coming at me like a hot iron or a burger on a skillet. I don't know, man.
Bad out of hell, I think, is what you're looking for.
No, that's not. No.
No.
No. I don't think that's the thing. I think it's
pretty sure people say bad out of hell.
I think it's a goat on a range.
I know about a home on the range.
The cheese on the wheel?
Maybe. Stone on the hedge?
I don't know. What's up, man? How are you?
I'm good. I'm excited about this. I think this is fun.
Are you?
This is like
our show's already on fire.
We're entertaining, but we're also giving you an opportunity to continue to learn.
Whatever.
I think this is a good idea. I like you hosting Wednesdays.
I care about that.
I care about you.
Okay.
Instead of like yesterday when you said, I don't care.
I don't care.
Frankly, I was also just sick and tired of your sass yesterday. I'm like, you know what, Tanner? You're going to have to talk more because you're going to be the host.
And look at what happened.
And here you are in all your glory.
He makes me sit outside for 20 minutes.
You could have come in the door.
And
we had this
walk
discussion.
in, barely plug my computer in, which isn't even plugged in anymore, and I'm hosting a show. Okay. So what's going on in the soccer world? Baxter.
Well, the soccer world, Major League Soccer is a couple...
I don't need it. I really don't.
That's fine. Get it. Last time I tried to be nice to you. I'm going to just pour your beer all over your computer and throw your microphone at you.
Well, it's working.
Maybe I feel okay. Can we get a tight shot on me, please? Because Tanner's obviously lost his privileges to host the show. So the soccer world is exciting right now because Major League Soccer is a couple of weeks young. The U.S. men's national team has some very crucial World Cup qualifying games coming up. This Friday night they take on Honduras. And a gentleman that knows very much about the soccer world is Matthew Evans, and he joins us now on the program to discuss all of that. Matt is a lifelong friend of mine. It is a privilege and an honor. He is a Flyers fan, for those of you that care about hockey. I know I don't, so Matt, you're still my friend, so we haven't broken any allegiances or anything there. But a very good day to you, Mr. Evans. How are things out in the great state of Washington today?
What can I say, man? Things are awesome. Just living the dream every day.
And that's the best place to live, the dream, I feel like.
It is.
Does it rain? Can I ask the stereotypical question? Does it rain a lot in Washington? Because you're right outside of Seattle, aren't you?
Oh, I'm actually in Eastern Washington. I'm southeastern, and we actually did get a lot of rain yesterday. It's surprisingly, we had a huge winter this year. So yeah, it's been pretty interesting.
Do you classify your winters based off the amount of rain that you get?
Actually, we classify our winters based on kind of how the summers look before. We know if it's a cold summer, that's gonna be a really bad winter, and that was this year. We had, I think this last summer, we had maybe 1 week of 100-degree stuff, and then we got like record snow this past winter. So yeah, that's been very interesting.
It certainly sounds like it. Well, speaking of interesting, Matt, the Seattle Sounders went on national television this last weekend and beat the New York Red Bulls 3-1. Jordan Morris picking up an injury, which ultimately will hurt him on the national team level. But since Seattle is the closest team to you, but also is just a very relevant team since they are, of course, the defending MLS Cup champions, your thoughts about how the Sounders have done to start the season thus far?
It's been a very interesting start to the season. We knew that the game in Houston was going to be difficult because we never win in Houston. That's just a given fact. We never win in Houston. The Montreal game was, that we left that one late. That one was a little too nervy for us, but we were very confident coming home and having the championship celebration on Sunday and unveiling the banner and just coming out and having probably the most complete game of the season so far.
Do you want to ask a hockey question? You can ask a hockey question.
Can I? Am I
Matt,
allowed
here,
to?
I'm going to preview this. Matt is a very diverse sports fan.
I mean, we're talking soccer right now.
I understand that, but I didn't know if you wanted to address the Flyers hat or not.
I did want to address the Flyers hat. First of all, I'm not a big Flyers fan, but you know what? I won't hold it against you.
Only slightly.
If you've seen more than 5 seconds of any program that I've been on Brew Sports, you will know that I am a Buffalo fan in all regards. But I do not hold anything against the Flyers at this moment in time. Plus, we both hate Sidney Crosby, so that's cool with me.
Oh, yeah.
That's all that matters right there. I hate Sidney Crosby. I do too. Best friends!
Best friends forever!
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Should we go back to soccer?
I guess.
Do you have a question for Matt? This is things you have to think about as a host.
Well, yeah. I mean, soccer's your thing, though. So when you throw me in the hot seat...
Hockey is your thing, and I still come up with questions. You need to learn to ask the vague, general questions like I do when I don't know what I'm talking about.
Who's good? I'm just kidding. Let's see here. It looks like Detroit may be getting an MLS team.
That's vaguely correct, yes.
Vaguely correct?
It's not official. The city is against it.
I'm Ron Burgundy?
Maybe.
Oh my God, this is awful. So what's going on in Detroit? I mean, is the MLS expanding? I know the sport in general is growing, much like hockey at the moment. Baxter will make the argument that the MLS is...
I'm going to stop you right there. It's
par
not
or bigger than hockey, which I do not agree with.
I think it's not the MLS, by the way. If you're going to talk about soccer, you need to call it just MLS. Right, Matt? Am I wrong about that? It's not the MLS. Isn't that like journalism school 101 when you're talking about soccer?
Yeah. It's
journalism school 101. Is it NBA or the NBA? Is it NFL or the NFL?
It's not the Major League Soccer. It's Major League Soccer. It can be the National Football League or the National Hockey League, but you can't say the Major League Baseball.
English Premier League.
Yeah.
Bundesliga.
Yeah.
It's not the English Premier League.
And you just call it the Prem.
Oh my God.
Anyway, expansion in Detroit, Matt. Your thoughts about MLS expanding? Is Don Garber on a power trip? What exactly is going on here with all this expansion talk?
I think that we're eventually going to lead up to the days where we have 2 divisions, where we have MLS 1 and MLS 2, but that's still a bunch of years down the road. As for Detroit, I don't see them in the next wave of expansion. In fact, I would give them maybe 6 to 10 years before they're even in the serious discussion. I think right now, Indianapolis is a big market. Sacramento, San Diego, San Antonio. There's a bunch more teams, more cities that I feel are closer to getting an expansion franchise than Detroit would be at this point.
Real quick, we're talking about the MLS expanding. I'm looking at a list of cities who are putting in bids for an expansion team, and there's a lot of teams that are at least trying for something like this. Tampa, St. Louis, San Diego, San Antonio, Sacramento, Raleigh, Phoenix, Nashville, Indianapolis, Detroit, Cincinnati, Charlotte, and I think that's it. At least on here. These are 8 of the proposals, including Detroit's. But when it comes to an expansion draft, is that a thing in the MLS? In MLS? See, it just sounds weird when I say something like that. Is there an expansion draft in MLS? That doesn't sound right.
If you say it fully out, is there an expansion draft in Major League Soccer? I
give up, Baxter.
Totally fine.
Okay,
is there an expansion draft in the Major League Soccer?
I'm an English Premier League fan too.
That's great. You can say the English Premier League.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Matt,
tell me about the expansion when it comes to filling in rosters for new teams. Obviously, I can't not say it anymore. Obviously, Major League Soccer
How is soccer doing?
wants to expand and grow. They've been doing it since essentially, since they physically came out and started a league.
Get to the point, Tanner.
How does the expansion process work in regards to filling out rosters and making sure that you're not getting like a minor league team thrown into a major league system?
Well, the first thing that there's an expansion draft, and the evolution of it has kind of changed over the years. It used, at some point there were 8 players taken, there were 10 players taken. Last year, I want to say there were 5 players taken by each Minnesota and Atlanta. And the reason why that decreases is because there's so many other mechanisms to bring players in, and even that just gets confusing with your international slots and your player priorities and your discovery players and
your GAM and your TAM and all that other random stuff.
And all those, next we're gonna have like the PAM and the SAM and stuff like that. But we're that'll probably happen next year. But the expansion draft isn't really the most important thing. It's more, it's just to kind of get a little like a base of Major League Soccer based players, talent like a Michael Parkhurst to Atlanta United and stuff like that.
How important is the expansion to the league itself? Growing every day is a big thing for one of the smaller leagues in the United States. How important is this expansion, and does it have the potential to be successful for the potential of fans moving forward?
I feel like it really has to do with the markets that they choose. If they, stick with markets that show good potential, like Sacramento, who already has an established fan base in NASL, or Sacramento's in USL. Sorry, my bad. And maybe like Chattanooga too. Those guys have just a great following. That's Division 4 technically. So if they keep finding places where they, like an untapped market, like the Nashville, Chattanooga area. Sacramento's great. San Diego has got a huge soccer culture. Most of it is with Club Tijuana down there in Mexico, but MLS will maybe want to get their stamp down there. And now that the Chargers are in Los Angeles, that's going to be a huge opening for MLS to maybe come in and take some of the advertising dollar down there.
We're looking at some of our comments on Facebook. Patrick says this show officially went off the rails at about 10 seconds in, and I'm sure he started watching late, so he's not wrong.
Pretty sure this is a show record.
Let's see. Baxter on Facebook, for some reason, because he can't speak while he's on air.
Well, I didn't want to interrupt you.
He says, pretty sure that's a new record, Patrick. He's not even paying attention. This is absurd. This is just ridiculous.
Yeah, you're ignoring the comments I wanted you to look at.
Adam says, why is Tanner a Chelsea fan? That's a long story. I can get into that another time, but basically it's Didier Drogba.
Yeah, that's all you need to know.
He's phenomenal.
Adam also said that Michigan is a big soccer state, and Detroit would be a great place for soccer. That's true. They already have Detroit City FC, who is an NPSL club. We'll have to see if that happens. And Adam also asked, is Colorado in the West? Yes, that is correct. They do. Robert says Phoenix would be a good city for Major League Soccer. I know that they have been one of the proposed teams, Matt. A lot of MLS teams go down there for, the equivalent of spring training and preseason, basically.
It's the preseason.
Yes, didn't I say that? This is the halftime instead of just halftime. Your thoughts about Phoenix as a potential expanding market for Major League Soccer?
Yeah, I think Phoenix is a great. It's a great town there. They have. If you look at Glendale hosts a bunch of international soccer down there at the University of Phoenix Stadium, and there's a whole bunch of there's a big Hispanic culture down there, and I think that they would embrace a team down there. They've got. I think Phoenix Rising, their USL team. That's they just popped up a good stadium down there that's expandable to 25,000, just in case they get the bid. But yeah, I think that Phoenix would be a great soccer market.
And ultimately, too, the way you look at it, Phoenix is one of those places that people want to travel to when you talk about the sports world. It's warm, it's a vacation hub, and ultimately soccer is going to thrive in states that you're going to see, action year-round for the most part. That's why Florida is such a big hub for soccer as well, is that you can play 365 days a year, and I think that's what makes Phoenix ultimately the best location for another expansion club.
And also the worst location for an NHL franchise.
Yeah, how's that working out for you? The Phoenix, Arizona, wherever Coyotes you guys are nowadays.
Well, it's amazing to me because when you're talking about soccer, obviously it's an outdoor sport and you can't play it in the winter. And the opposite side of that spectrum, hockey is not a summer sport.
Usually not. You need ice.
So why the NHL keeps putting teams down south is ridiculous. Like we talked about the Las Vegas franchise, but I could see soccer being very successful down south. Especially closer to the border down there too. So
I agree. Tom on Facebook says that he'd love a team here in Buffalo, where he is from. I think I'm not going out on too much of a limb here, Matt. Buffalo doesn't really strike me as a sports hub for soccer, more or less, because I don't know if they could handle the disappointment or understand what a draw means or calling a league the. I mean, I don't know. Would a team in Buffalo do good for Major League Soccer? Because I mean, you don't want to add another dying, losing franchise to the city as a whole.
Buffalo would be an interesting market. We've been kind of weary about the adding winter cities now that we're playing February through December or whatnot. And we saw what happened with Minnesota's home opener with the 6 inches of snow on the ground. Could you imagine if you get a swell off of the lake? I mean, that would be just. Those snowstorms over there.
Are you talking soccer in the middle of a lake effect whiteout? Because that would be awesome. I would pay to see that.
That would be pretty awesome.
That's an entirely new entertainment value right there. Talk about home field advantage. I mean, the city of Buffalo did have a soccer team back in the 90s, early 2000s called the Buffalo Blizzard, part of the, I believe it was the Arena.
The MASL, the Major Arena Soccer League?
It's Major Arena Soccer League.
Major Arena Soccer League.
It's Majorly Arena.
Majorly Arena.
Soccer Liga.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I want to transition out of soccer for just a hot moment, just because
Did you change clothes again?
No. I don't know what you're talking about.
This is always a weird show.
It is, Matt. I'm sorry, but Matt and I have been friends long enough. That's why I felt like we could do this.
So all right, no surprises there, Matt.
I agree. Last question I have for you, Matt, has nothing to do with soccer. It has something to do with football as a whole.
Wait, football as in soccer?
2 O's.
It's football Americana.
Your thoughts about the Seattle Seahawks signing Eddie Lacy? Is it going to do anything for the squad as a whole going forward, since you are based out in that Seattle general vicinity?
Yeah, I really like the signing. I think that if you look at the Seahawks running back core, you've got Thomas Rawls, you've got Alex Collins, you've got CJ Prosise, you've got these small, nimble, agile guys who are speedsters. But now you add the bruiser, now you add the thunder to the lightning, and I'm very excited to have Eddie Lacy join the team. It's we've needed that big bruiser for the last couple seasons, and I'm very excited to see what he can do for us.
Is he going to be that Marshawn Lynch, though? I think that's what so many people are worried about, though. They're like, look, guys, it's not Marshawn Lynch. It's not the same thing. Like, Eddie Lacy for the Packers could barely stay on the field, let alone be healthy, let alone get his weight underneath 100,000 pounds. Like, I'm a little concerned that for Seattle, if you guys are trying to put so much stock in a guy like him, that ultimately it's, I think, going to end up backfiring, or he's going to end up eating half the team in retaliation for not getting enough playing time.
The thing is I don't really see him as the Marshawn Lynch type. I don't see him as the every down back. I see him more starting out as that third down back. And then, maybe as the year progresses, then maybe he'll get more carries. Thomas Rawls is the guy.
You said Thomas Rawls would be potentially the better pick in that one?
Yeah, I think Thomas Rawls he'll be the number one, and Eddie Lacy will kind of be maybe 1B, and he'll probably be like more the third down back.
So Thomas Rawls is. So if I'm looking for players to draft next year, Thomas Rawls is the guy I want to go for.
If we improve our offensive line, yeah. But, I don't know.
We've talked about Thomas Rawls on the show before.
We have. So what if you're a Seattle fan? What are your thoughts on Marshawn Lynch possibly going to Oakland?
The Raiders.
Good for him. We'll see him twice every 8 years.
True.
That's true. This is true. Every 8 years.
I think we put Matt through enough. I don't know. I think we put Matt through enough, honestly. Matt, I'm so thankful that you were willing and able to come on. I think we talked about soccer a little bit.
I think we did. To be honest, I don't know if any correspondents are going to want to come on this show.
I don't think so. I think we officially lit the bridge with all our correspondents, set some C4 off, and walked away with our middle fingers held high.
Oh, man.
This is what people tune in for, though. They tune in for the entertainment value.
Is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
All right. Well, Matthew, is it possible that you would come on the show again in the future, or have we ruined any possibility or possible hope of that ever happening again?
Oh, guys, I'm always open to come on to the show, man. It's great to talk to you guys. Great to see you, Baxter.
Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you so much, Matt. We'll talk to you soon, sir.
Sounds good, man. See you later.
All right, there goes Matt Evans here on Halftime. We talked about soccer. We talked about football. We talked about the Major League Soccer. It's not the Major League Soccer. It's MLS.
We also talked about football Americana.
See, everybody loves the little football Americana. It's like pop.
It's a nice shirt you got there.
Thank you. It's from the morning show, courtesy of Mr. Ken Evers. Brew Sports, hashtag yes drama. Check it. Love it. I would not list this. I would love this. Yes drama. We don't have. Do we have a phrase on our show? I feel like every show should have a phrase.
I don't care.
That's not a good phrase. You both have to agree on it.
Let's see.
Some comments?
Yeah, there's some comments out here. Adam, TB and Baxter, you should come out to New York City for the United vs. City match in July. I would love to. Baxter, where are you going?
Never you mind.
All right. Patrick says, what's the over-under on how many changes of clothes Baxter is going to make on today's show? I'm not sure, but we'll have to get in contact with Vegas for tomorrow's show and get the over-under on that. Matthew says, great talking with you guys. Looking
Pleasure.
forward to the next time. Hashtag off the rails. Show motto. Yeah.
Show must go on.
Halftime off the rails.
Halftime off the rails. Is that our hashtag?
He says hashtag
off the rails. I like that.
Because I always talk about derailing the show.
Well, and people were saying that we derailed the show in the first 10 seconds, basically. So if we can derail the show in the first 10 seconds.
Every day when we go off air, I look back at the 59 minutes that was this show. And
sometimes longer, but yes.
I think to myself, I go, how do we let it get that weird?
There really is no rhyme or reason for how we get things so weird.
I wonder, how could we ever top that? How could we ever get more weird than what had just happened in my life? It's inexplicable, really.
It really is. Like, there's no science to what we do on a daily basis.
And then I come in on a Wednesday, and this happens.
And you're hosting, and I'm in a...
Somehow you have a beer now.
I've always had a beer.
No, you did not.
I've had a beer the entire time.
You did not.
Check the tape. I've had a beer. Correct me if I'm wrong, Facebook viewing audience. I have had a beer since the show began. I picked up my laptop and my beer when we swapped spots.
Brew Sports says, today is truly the day that I realized I have no control over the show. Producer.
True.
It's true.
Our producer, David, puts up with a lot.
It's true.
He really does. I feel like he needs a microphone some days as well, too, to chime in real fast.
Robert's throwing me some credit. Hey, the Coyotes had Keith I can never pronounce his name. Keith Kachuk.
Kachuk.
Yes. But you're totally right, Tanner. I'm always right, Robert.
Hashtag Tanner's always
right.
So I think we need to come up with a show motto before the day is done. I do like
Off the Rails.
Off the Rails. Welcome to halftime. Hashtag Off the Rails.
I like that.
I do like that.
Trevor. Okay, my bad. Trevor says you did have a beer the whole time.
Thank you. See, Trevor is a good man. Trevor understands that we as fellow Americans support each other in this time of need about whether or not we have beers on the table. And my beer was on the table the entire time. Darn it.
I don't know why, but I always decide to share this video or this feed like 10 minutes in. Maybe it's just to see where we're at, and I'm going.
Are you ashamed of this show before you share it?
No, but I always need to know what I'm supposed to write in here, and today it's going to say this show is a total disaster. Come comment.
Show's a disaster. Come comment. I mean, I think I said mine was like Tanner Burke is lead hosting today.
I didn't. It would have been nice to get that update ahead of time.
I made the decision as soon as we went on the air.
Oh my God!
Actually, you started it.
I guess.
Yeah. Trevor says Turber is the man of the people. Got your back, Baxter. Absolutely.
Should we talk about sports things again?
If we have to.
Spurts.
Spurts.
Athletic events.
Yay.
Okay.
Patrick says I need a pitcher again.
Tell us what you guys want to talk about. I got a couple things. First, let's get to LeVar Ball.
LeVar Ball. Okay.
I'm not going to break into a Trump voice today, and if I do, we'll turn it into a drinking game. Can we create a drinking game for halftime for all the people watching?
I'm ready.
Well, I don't need to do it right now.
Oh.
I need to think about this. Our producer's shaking his head no.
He's like, dear God. He's like, I don't want to have to clean you guys up at the end of the show because you'll be on the floor. Be like, Trump.
Every time somebody gets up and leaves the set in the middle of an interview.
I feel like that's the thing. If you watching at home, here's the great. I feel like we need a halftime bingo game or a drinking game or both.
Okay. Every
time somebody on Facebook, well, this is going to be a hard one for you. Every time somebody on Facebook says Tanner's beer is getting warm.
Oh, my God.
That's a spot.
Yep.
That's almost like the free space.
Yep.
Every time somebody changes wardrobe, that's a spot.
Every time Tanner face palms.
Every time Tanner face palms. Every time we go into a Trump voice.
Yep.
Every time we each take a sip of our beer. I think there should be individual spots. I take a sip, Tanner takes a sip, 2 different ones, because we don't always. I sometimes, do something different.
True.
I think you should also have, every time Tanner finishes his beer.
Yep.
Every time Baxter finishes his beer.
Every time I don't care.
Every time Tanner doesn't care. Every time we have a correspondent on that we make blush. What else? We need other ideas. We need ideas, people.
Give us ideas for a
every time we say Trevor
or whatever.
Every time Tanner talks about the Bills.
Yep. Anytime Buffalo is mentioned whatsoever.
See, this is why people always don't understand sometimes what kind of sports teams I support, because I'm not as vocal about it.
Yeah.
As you are.
Okay, here we go. I got something.
Okay.
It's gone.
I don't know what to say to you right now.
Let's see. No, yesterday we talked. Remember yesterday when I brought up the fact that I hated Sidney Crosby, but I didn't hate him as much as Tom Brady?
Yes. And we had to start sit cuts.
Yes.
LeBron, Sidney, and
whatever.
Brady.
I hate Sidney Crosby a little bit more today, and by a little bit I mean a lot of it, because I remembered how ridiculous he is. And,
how do you remember that?
Go into a topic. You're familiar with embellishing in soccer?
Yes.
Obviously, you're a soccer guy, so you would be familiar with that.
Are you associating me with embellishment? When have I ever embellished anything in my life, Tanner?
Sidney Crosby, obviously the best player in the NHL.
Correct.
And in sports, the best player in any sport usually gets a little bit of special treatment.
MVP.
So, yesterday, Sidney Crosby, captain of the Pittsburgh Penguins,
right,
slashes through the legs the gentleman's section of our captain, Ryan O'Reilly.
Your captain? You own the team?
I don't own the team. Regardless.
Journalism school.
Sidney Crosby slashed Ryan O'Reilly in the nads yesterday, and nobody saw it.
O'Reilly.
It was a cheap shot. It's just, much like fighting in hockey, there's gentleman rules of the game, and if there's one place on a man's body where you will not slash, it's usually the groin.
I've done some slashing in my day, and
but he got away with it. And Sidney Crosby is the captain of diving.
Is he?
But he'll always get away with it. Yeah. Yesterday, the same thing. He had a stick brush up against his face.
Dear God.
In passing.
Dear God, shut it down.
And he just freaked out.
Oh, freak out.
He also scored a goal yesterday that was on the top 10. It was a pretty awesome goal.
I agree.
So I hate Sidney Crosby again.
You hate? Yeah, I know. You always have hated him.
Yeah, but now I really hate him. Like, I really do.
I don't think that makes any sense.
Does anything on this show make sense?
Yes. Beer and sports. All we need is the wings. Well, then we'd be Buffalo Wild Wings.
Matt says, ugh, Sidney Crosby talk, time to mute.
That's true.
Yes.
You're not wrong about that, Matt.
Tom's
giving credit, though. How do you feel about your father giving credit to Crosby?
Oh, I'll agree. It was a sick goal.
Oh, good. Did he deke anybody?
Crosby's also a POS.
What are you going to do?
There should be no embellishing in sports.
Piece of salami.
But Adam says, is Sidney Crosby going to get suspended for that ball tap on O'Reilly? Probably not. He probably will not, because he's Sidney Crosby.
Right.
Because he's Sidney Crosby. In the opposite regards, Rasmus Ristolainen, another Sabres defenseman, took a hit on a player on the Penguins last night, and the puck had not reached that player. It was mid-pass, and it was a body check.
Okay.
And Rasmus Ristolainen was already in the process of checking him.
What is his name? I'm sorry?
Rasmus Ristolainen.
Ristolainen.
He's very good. He's very good.
Okay.
Yeah, so he checked this guy, gave him a concussion because his head was down. And they always say, if you're in open ice, keep your head up.
Usually how it works.
If the puck was – so the puck was being passed to him.
Yes.
And a Sabres player tipped it and intercepted it about 3 feet before the player.
Okay.
Now, anticipating the pass getting to the player, Rasmus Ristolainen was going to check this guy.
Okay.
And he checked him real hard. And it for the most part, it seemed like a clean hit. However, the puck was not in his possession. It was not in reach for this player, and his head was down, and he could barely get off the ice. Now, Rasmus Ristolainen is going to have a hearing about the hit. and will probably face a suspension for something that was, without a doubt, accidental.
It has to be.
Some people will say it's a dirty hit.
It's hockey, though, man. Everybody hits on hockey.
He wasn't charging. He was anticipating the puck to be there, and it wasn't that far off.
Gotcha.
So, embellishing in sports, I honestly think it is the...
Does it ever help anything? That's the real question.
It helps the teams every now and then get
Very
a penalty.
rarely. It makes the refs look foolish for falling for the chaos.
Absolutely, it does. It ruins the integrity of the game in any aspect. You see it in basketball all the time, and the refs. It's basically a coin flip sometimes to see who gets the penalty, and then in hockey you don't see it as much, but it's usually with like high sticks or like a slash or something like that, and it's usually like a tap on the wrist, and then everybody just freaks out. I could find like an entire highlight reel of Sidney Crosby flopping.
I bet you could. I'm sure somebody out there has had that kind of time with their life to do something like that.
But it's like soccer too, where a guy will take a kick to the shin and then he'll be on the ground, like can't move for 5 minutes, and then he gets up, sprints down the field, and scores a goal. It's like, come on, man,
get up.
That's why.
Come on, man.
It ruins the integrity of the game. You don't see embellishing in baseball though.
No, not really.
No.
If you get hit by a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, you're going to feel
not really
it.
embellishing.
You're just like, dear God, my arm. Yeah, usually. Yeah. Michael says, are Penguins fans the worst? I find them super obnoxious here in Ohio.
No.
I didn't know the Penguins skidded on their bellies that far to go to Ohio.
We should have a segment where we talk about the worst fans in each sport. Maybe we could do that tomorrow. But I will say that
why not?
Philadelphia fans, unfortunately, Matthew, I'm not a big fan of Philadelphia fans. I think Flyers fans are probably the most brutal. They are the closest to intense fans. Why? Okay. They're the closest to intense fans in European soccer or in any foreign soccer league. This is ridiculous. I can't believe. Why do I even talk about sports on this show? Adam says he's probably going to get at least a 3-game suspension, most likely, yes.
Yeah, I already hit on that. Thanks for paying attention.
Eric says, does Baxter hate Buffalo Sports
Talk?
I
don't hate Buffalo Sports Talk. I want to go on the record here to let you all know that I do not hate the Buffalo Sports Network as a whole. I think Buffalo is great. I think they've got a lot to offer the people. I think it's
great. It's the best.
It's really not. We need to build a wall around Buffalo because those teams are horrendous. You look
great in my clothes.
You're welcome. You're absolutely welcome.
Oh, my gosh.
I'm waiting for you to retaliate.
I'm hosting a show, Baxter.
I would do the exact same thing if I was hosting.
It's a little thing called
professionalism
and integrity, which is why I have a beer.
You never do anything like this when I host.
He's right. He's right.
Who's the better host?
Why am I
Baxter or Tanner?
Here? Wait, who's the better co-host or the better host?
Yes.
Are you trying to be me today? Is this all because I started off by saying I'm Baxter Colburn and this is Tanner Burke?
No, I'm not.
Oh, my God. Okay,
if I wanted to be
Matthew agrees. They are the worst fans.
We are.
We are.
We are what?
We
are Marshall?
I am you, and you are...
This is us?
We are...
I don't know where to go from here.
I don't know.
Here's how I see
Kurt
it.
says, so now you guys are going to try to start being professional. No, we're not.
That was gone a long time ago.
No, that was way gone. Okay. Let's see.
Does anybody have any questions for us that we need to respond to?
We haven't even gotten to anything on our schedule today.
We've talked about LeVar Ball.
We literally didn't even talk about LeVar Ball.
That's a win in my book.
All we did was say his name, and then just another derailed segment.
All right. Jim Harbaugh thinks that Colin Kaepernick...
What, are you the lead host now?
Yes. I know. I'm helping you as a co-host segue.
Okay, go ahead.
Jim Harbaugh's been saying some things, Tanner. Have you heard what Jim Harbaugh's been saying?
Nope.
Literally my life every day.
Literally, I type this into our schedule. So of course. Jim Harbaugh, former coach of the San Francisco 49ers.
I was like, he's still coaching, but yes. Arguably the greatest recruiter ever.
Can I tell you a quick story about Jim Harbaugh?
I would really hope you would.
Okay.
Okay.
No, you're good. I'm on. You're off camera now, so you can go do whatever.
No, our producer caught me, so I can't leave anymore. Producer David, well played.
Jim Harbaugh, while he was still playing in the NFL, got some backlash from Jim Kelly, my boy Jim Kelly. Jim Kelly said some things on air when he was broadcasting, saying about how Jim Harbaugh was a wimp. Jim Harbaugh has a short temper. So Jim Harbaugh decided to, I think it was the night or 2 nights before the game that they were broadcasting for, go to a press meeting I'm like looking at the producer like I'm talking to him. I'm talking to David. David, you listening to me? Okay. He's got headphones in. I can't tell if he's listening to like Shania Twain or if he's actually listening to the show. So yeah, Jim Harbaugh stormed into oh my God. He stormed into the press meeting and I can't do this. Apparently he called Jim Kelly out and
why?
They got into a fist fight.
Jim Kelly's such a good guy. Well, they did not get into a fist fight. Shut your mouth.
Jim Harbaugh like broke his hand and couldn't play the next day.
Harbaugh clearly wins that battle all day, even nowadays.
# Kelly tough.
He's fine. Cancer's gone.
Jesus, you have no soul.
I have plenty of soul. I listen to jazz on a daily basis. I'm about as soul-y as you can get.
So Jim Harbaugh says Colin Kaepernick, if given a chance, could be a starting quarterback in the NFL, and he went as far to say he could win championships. Jim Harbaugh lost the Super Bowl to his younger brother,
John
Harbaugh. Jim Harbaugh does not coach in the NFL anymore. If Colin Kaepernick was an elite quarterback, Jim Harbaugh would probably still be coaching in the NFL.
No, because Michigan gave him way more money. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. You know that, and I know that.
Okay, there's got to be some comments on here.
Trevor says, how are the standings on the Brew Sports Bracket Challenge looking? # Turber's Triumph. Turber, I'm pretty positive you're like dead last. No, you're not. I'm in 5th place.
Michael says, if I run into Ball in Memphis this week at the NCAA tournament, am I allowed to openly boo the man? Absolutely.
Yes. Please,
tell him we want him on the show.
Do that, but then also get a video of you like following him around, be like, boo, and then we'll send you a Brew Sports t-shirt.
We'll air it. We'll air it.
100%. I wouldn't want him to get a video if we weren't going to air it.
Well, yeah. I'm the host today, so I'm saying we'll air it.
I think, as a co-host, as a humble opinion you,
yes,
I think that we should air it.
I don't know.
If you
let me think about that.
Think it's a good idea.
I'm gonna have to talk about it with the producers and the bigwigs.
That's fine.
You know, it's
all corporate. I get it.
It's like important person stuff.
Of course.
So you understand.
Yes. Kurt says Harbaugh will have to get Kaepernick a haircut first because he probably can't even fit a helmet over that head.
Okay.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, how'd you get all that booty in them jeans? Like, how'd you get all that hair in that helmet? Like, he takes off his helmet. I'm like, how did that even work? Maybe that's why. Maybe he doesn't have any padding in his helmet. He's like, I got enough hair, guys. I don't need none of that padding. Maybe that's why he's a bad quarterback. He had to take out his little earpiece from that he hears from the head coaches to call the plays because he has too much hair.
Is that how you really feel?
Yeah. Okay. Oh, apparently it says Kaepernick. Well, I can't read. I was homeschooled. What do you want from me, Kurt? Michael says NCAA doesn't do real well with videos, it seems, after this weekend. Well, yeah, that's obviously. That's true. People are just like, boo, and yeah, and go team. Just be better, Michael. Be better than the NCAA.
You know how hard it is to find stats on the World Baseball Classic website? This is like the most...
Stats?
Like, literally, just like rosters and stats.
There's worldbaseballclassic.com or whatever?
I'm at it.
Did you go to, like, probaseballreference.com?
And it's still confusing. It's not confusing. It's just... Anyways.
You're confused.
Okay. Let's talk about the World Baseball Classic since
USA!
The finals are tonight, I believe. Why does this keep happening? Anyways, if you hadn't figured it out, Baxter is not on the set right now. Hello. Yeah, he is not here. But I'm sure he's going to do something totally ridiculous because, what does it even matter? What does it even matter? Go USA. That's all I have to say. Do I really even need to get into this? The World Baseball Classic, it's the first time the United States has made it to the finals, which is amazing to me because I always assume, I know this is terrible for me to say, but I always feel like the United States are always at the top when it comes to baseball, much like basketball. But this is the first time they're in the finals, and of course, I'll be watching, I suppose. It's the first time in the World Baseball Classic that I care. Normally, I don't care about the World Baseball Classic. I think it's a waste of time.
Nobody cares about the World Baseball Classic.
We always find these ways to involve like global competition. I mean,
everybody
you got the
loves
Olympics,
that.
You got the World Championships, you got everything.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Eric says I can only name one baseball player on Team USA. Who is it, Eric?
Carlos Beltran. Jose De La Torre.
Tom wants to know, is there any idea how we decide who is on the World Baseball Classic? Well, Tanner and I have nothing to do with this, so I don't know how we decide.
Yadi or Molina? Hate him.
Yachty.
The worst.
Giancarlo Stanton. Jonathan Lucroy. Somebody else. There's another good name out there, too.
Lucroy's not on this roster.
He was. Yeah, he was.
So their website's wrong.
You're wrong.
I'm not wrong.
You okay?
No.
You seem stressed.
No, this is frustrating. Oh, dude.
Because
I'm on.
Jody says wardrobe change bingo.
I'm an idiot.
Thank you.
Here.
Adam Jones. Everybody's saying Adam Jones.
So dumb.
But yes, Jonathan Lucroy. Batting
Andrew
third
McCutchen.
for your Milwaukee Brewers. Andrew McCutchen's on this team,
yes.
too? Well, why are we not winning every game by 50 runs?
Jeff Samardzija.
Who?
Exactly. Tanner Rourke. He's got a cool name. Chris Archer.
Just because his first name is Tanner?
No, I like the name Rourke.
Sure you do. That's what you were going for.
Yeah, so what do you think?
About...
I mean, even though the United States is playing Puerto Rico, I still don't care.
USA is not going to win this game.
I don't even care.
You don't ever care. Here's the reason why the USA isn't going to win this game. It's because they are a baseball-suited nation to an extent. But they're not, because the United States is so fixed on the NFL, so fixed on the NBA. This is the time of the show when the camera's cut on me that you go do something obnoxious and then come back. This is why the United States is not going to win the game, is because they do not live and breathe baseball like Puerto Rico does. Puerto Rico is one of those teams that has all the stars across all major teams. And here we go. I was wondering what you were going to do. You're in the shot. I mean, it's fine. You can go like a little to your left and you'll be fine.
Look at that. Wow. You can go to the wide shot. This will work. Where are we? Hey.
You're still not there. There it is.
What's up?
I hope this is the cover photo for Facebook.
I'm so out of focus. This is great.
I don't think we need to focus on you.
I give up.
Why do you get mad at me for trying to make the show exciting?
Exciting? It is exciting. It's always exciting.
You feel like you're mad at me, though.
Yeah, well, that also adds to the level of excitement.
Does it? If we both can't have fun, why no one's excited?
Did I tell you I hate Sidney Crosby?
Who?
LeVar Ball.
Ah, okay. There we go. Bingo! I've got bingo on my halftime bingo card. We've said bingo. Everybody cheers.
All right. Wardrobe change. Bingo. Yep.
Yeah, you didn't change, though. You walked off the set and you stuck your face in the camera.
All right.
I used your clothes for my wardrobe change.
Yeah. What's up with that?
Yeah. Kurt says exactly. Have you checked the names of any MLB teams lately? Or any MLB team lately? Not many American names left on them these days. Exactly.
Nope, it's true.
Kurt understands what I'm saying because, listen, United States, sure, we think if there was a World Cup of football, we would murder everybody because nobody else does football better than the United States.
Yes.
However, as soon as you start branching off outside of basketball, you start branching off into hockey, into baseball, into soccer. The rest of the world is like, ha, America, please.
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 Like ultimate frisbee.
Puerto Rico will demolish the United States in this final. Enjoy it while you can if you're United States fans.
True that.
But Puerto Rico will be having chimichangas and drinking margaritas by the third inning because they will be up 12 runs to 3. You heard it here first.
We do have start, sit, cut coming up, but I do want to talk.
We're taking suggestions for start, sit, cut, too, by the way.
We are taking suggestions for start, sit, cut. What should we start? What should we sit? And what should we cut? We have a couple good things to talk about there today.
We do. Just because it's noon doesn't mean we're getting off the air, by the way, guys.
No,
we started
right.
late, so we're going to go late. How much time do we even have of our 60-minute show?
The producer's shaking his head. He doesn't know what's going on.
I think he's writing his resignation letter right now, so I truly don't know what to expect from here.
I just want to...
You left your sunglasses here, by the way.
Yeah, I know. I just want to let you know my battery pack is dying, and it sounds like...
Do you need batteries? It just
sounds like I'm drowning underwater.
I can get you some batteries.
No, I'm fine.
And all these close cuts that happen on me. I guess we really don't need our monitors in anymore.
Okay, so... I don't know if I really want to... I was going to talk about siblings in sports, like the Curry brothers...
You
the
could.
Foligno brothers, but...
I'm sorry. Before we go any farther, Matt says, guys, it's the MLB. It's not, though.
It's the MLB.
Why is it the? Why is the difference between the Major League Soccer and the Major League Baseball?
Why it's even Major League Soccer. It's not even the majorest of soccer leagues.
In America, it is.
Okay.
The Premier League is the Premier League in England.
When you're playing FIFA.
Yes.
And you're picking a league.
Yes, you pick the Premier
League.
League.
Do you want?
Not the Major League. You pick the Premier League. Premier is better than Major.
God. Unbelievable.
If I said you were a major part of what happens at Brew Sports, it means you're great. But I am a premier part of what happens at Brew Sports.
I'm looking for a new job. Man. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kurt says Tom, Burke, and I need to have a chat about what our namesakes are doing every day. Yes. If you haven't figured it out, Tom is Tanner's dad. Kurt is my dad.
It's not hard to figure out.
Really isn't. Really have no idea, honestly. Adam says a good one will be Bruce Arena, Bob Bradley, and Jurgen Klinsmann. Tanner has no idea who any of those people are.
I know who Jurgen Klinsmann is.
Get rid of the soccer.
I know who Bradley
Get rid of the
is.
starts, sit, cuts. Who is Bob Bradley?
He was the coach of the USA at one point, wasn't he?
There you go. You know more
So
than I
is
thought
Jurgen
you
Klinsmann.
did. Patrick says start Baxter's bandana, sit, retro football helmet, cut, orange headphones. That's probably a fair assessment. Of the wardrobe changes I've done today, how have you ranked my wardrobe changes, and what should we start, sit, and cut?
Yes.
I was a big fan of the bandana. I really thought it was good.
we need.
Your mom's watching too, apparently.
I know. We're gonna need to update what our topics or our little sub caption is at the top of our video because we haven't talked about any of this.
Well, let's see here.
We talked about the World Baseball Classic for 3 minutes.
What else do you need to say about it? It's the World Baseball Classic.
It's
Nobody
just,
cares.
Yeah.
What do we need?
God.
What else? Here, let's look here real fast. What do we need to? What else do we need to talk about?
Nothing. I'll just add some of these for tomorrow.
We talked about MLS.
I want to develop this topic more because it is an interesting topic.
The World Baseball Classic?
No, I could care less about that.
NBA players speaking on players resting.
Yes, I do want to talk about that. We'll talk about that tomorrow, and siblings in sports.
We have time. How much time do we have?
Like 10 minutes.
That's it?
I mean, I know 2 Up Front is your favorite show. I get that, but you didn't go that far over.
I mean, we had like 2 minutes left before we had to go on the air at 11.
I'm sorry, is that not enough time?
Plenty of time.
Plenty of time. Okay, start, sit, and cut. What do you want? What are we doing today? Let's see.
I've got a food-related one because I'm hungry.
I am hungry too. Okay, go ahead.
Start, sit, cut. A pulled pork sandwich, a classic grilled cheese, and whatever is your dream cheeseburger.
Oh.
Because I know everybody's got a different version of what their cheeseburger is.
I love pulled pork, but I don't always love it.
I'm a big pulled pork guy, but it has to, as you mentioned, I have to have the right sauce on it, otherwise it's just not even worth my time.
I'm going to cut pulled pork, and grilled cheese to me, when people think of grilled cheese, they think of two slices of American cheese and 2 slices of white bread.
Okay.
The most boring thing in the entire world.
Well, you're a pretty boring guy.
Thank you. I, as of late, have been trying some new combinations with my grilled cheese.
Have you? I'm so proud of you for getting outside of your shell.
I know. I've been using quality Wisconsin cheese.
And
adding other things in there as well, just to spice it up a notch. And I'm going to start grilled cheese because it does have a lot of possibility to surprise some people if you get creative with it.
Starting grilled cheese, huh?
No, sit. Sorry, sit. I'm going to sit. I'm going to start the cheeseburger because I'm on a mission to find the best cheeseburger in the United States.
Are you?
Yes.
What have you found thus far? Anything good? McDonald's?
Big Mac's pretty solid. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm not going.
If you made your own version of the Big Mac.
I would never put fast food on my best burgers list, aside from Culver's, which some people watching do
Culver's.
not know.
So good. Now I want Culver's for lunch.
It's tough because there's so many different kinds of burgers out there, but I love a good California-style burger. Just standard lettuce, tomato, onion, Thousand Island.
Interesting. Jimmy says he would start pulled pork simply because he had a dream about it and he forgot what the other 2 options were. I want to know what Jimmy dreams about.
He's a dreamer.
Jimmy's a dreamer.
He's a dreamer.
I'm a dreamer.
Dave says.
Name that song.
Dave says NBA, college basketball, high school basketball. Start, sit, cut.
Cut the NBA because they're busy having Tinder sex on the road. I'm going to start high school basketball because that's when people still actually care about it, and I'm going to sit college basketball.
You're going to sit college basketball?
I am.
I'm going to start college basketball because
it
is the most exciting version of the sport. I'm going to cut the NBA because the NBA is boring.
And they want to play it. They want to rest their players. How many high school teams do you see out there complaining, being like, listen, my guys, they just can't play 20-some games a year. They need to rest.
This is true.
Shut up.
This is true.
Just stop.
My mom says Red Robin burger with an egg on it.
That's very ironic if you think about it.
It's the Royal Red Robin burger.
Yum.
It's, fun fact, the first thing I ever learned how to cook was scrambled eggs.
I've been making eggs since I was 5. If
Literally.
my dad's watching, he'll understand that reference.
My mom got so sick of me asking her to make me scrambled eggs that one day I
Isn't it like
must
the
have been
easiest
4
thing
years
to
old.
make?
Yeah. Then
Scrambled
one day
eggs
she's
is
like, I'll just teach
phenomenal.
you how to do it. So I've been making eggs for my entire life. But yeah, I love the idea of putting a fried egg on a cheeseburger.
That makes no sense to me.
But it's so good.
You think if you
put a fried egg
I love
on a lot
avocado
of
on a
things and
burger.
it's good.
That makes a lot of sense to me.
What?
I said avocado on a burger?
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense to me. I never gave you my start sit cut for that, honestly.
Okay, go ahead.
Starting a cheeseburger, sitting pulled pork, cutting the grilled cheese. Unless my wife is making the grilled cheese, then I start that every day for obvious reasons.
Because you don't have a choice.
Because I love my wife. And they're fantastic grilled cheese.
Well, yeah. Is that? I mean, logistically, you have to say that.
Well.
Okay.
Any other start sit cut recommendations? We've only got a couple minutes of the show.
One.
You got one finally for me?
Start sit cut. All beef hot dog, bratwurst, Italian sausage.
Italian sausage. I sit the brat, God. I cut the all beef hot dog. Because hot dogs are for homeless people.
Wow.
And baseball fans.
I'm going to start the bratwurst because I had one last night. It was phenomenal.
Good for you.
And I love a good brat. I'm going to cut the Italian sausage because it is just a wannabe brat.
Okay. I get on board with that.
I get an Italian sausage, and I'm like, I'd rather be eating a brat.
Okay.
And I'm going to sit the hot dog because who doesn't love a good Chicago-style hot dog? God, unbelievable.
Why? Because I disagree with you on certain things, do you just react the way you do? Welcome to the world. Welcome to real life, where not everything makes sense and people don't always agree with each other.
Eric says, Tanner, you got to try the grilled cheeseburger at Juicy when you come to Buffalo.
That sounds phenomenal.
Amazing.
I'm a big Patty Melt fan, or the Frisco Melt at Steak and Shake. Do you know what a Steak and Shake is?
I do.
Do we have those in Wisconsin? I don't think we do.
I've had it, but yes, I have had it.
Have we had it here?
I don't know if we have it here, but I've traveled across the country enough to know.
Fair enough. Florida is where we got them. Okay. Matt says a classic grilled cheese with tomato soup.
Yes,
is the best.
and
yes, and that's usually what my wife does. That's why, because I'm a soupaholic. I'm a addicted soupaholic. I will admit to being a soupaholic. To hell with AA for soup. Like, I love soupaholics. I am a soupaholic. I don't have a problem. I could stop anytime I want to, but I won't. No, I want soup. Give me the soup. Taco dip, chicken wing dip, pizza dip. I've never had pizza dip or chicken wing dip.
You've never had chicken wing dip? No. I'll make some.
There's a Steak and Shake in Janesville?
I'll make some and bring it in next week.
Yes, Patrick. Thank you.
Pat would know.
Dave gave us a good one too.
We gotta do. I like this though because it's almost like Super Bowl side dishes.
It is. What's your go-to Super Bowl side dish?
Taco dip, chicken wing dip, and standard French onion dip. Let's do that. Start sit cut.
I'm going to start the taco dip.
And by standard French onion dip, I mean bison dip. For those of you in Buffalo watching right now, it's the best. There is no comparison.
If you look at the
it's like the Culvers of French onion dips.
If you look at the demographics of like the map of where people watching, it's like huge in Milwaukee and it's massive in Buffalo, and then the rest of the world, like people are just like
there's like
these
one
guys
person watching in Switzerland. He's like, what is this?
Matt's watching in Seattle. Aside from that, everybody else is just like,
this sports show is fun, yeah.
Oh. These two silly Americans talking about the French dip. Big summer blowout.
Okay, so taco dip, French onion dip, chicken wing dip. You've never had chicken wing dip, but I'll get the recipe for my mom and I've
had like buffalo chicken dip. Like that's phenomenal.
Well, it's the same.
Okay.
Buffalo, it's not called buffalo chicken dip. It's called chicken wing dip.
Why can't you call it buffalo? You're in Buffalo. Harness the power of Buffalo.
When you order pizza and wings in Buffalo, you don't say, I'm gonna get a sheet pizza and some buffalo wings.
Why not?
Because they're wings.
You're in Buffalo though. How often do you ever get to go to the source?
In Philadelphia, do you order a Philadelphia cheesesteak or do you order a cheesesteak?
I order a Philly cheesesteak.
Okay.
Maybe because I'm not from the area.
Okay.
Get over it, man.
You know Buffalo invented the chicken wing, right?
Did they?
Yeah.
I'm glad they're famous for something.
Yes.
Tom says bison dip. I'm assuming that's what he meant by that.
Yeah.
Should we get to these other ones?
Did you even...
Cake, pie, and Kringle.
Did you even do your...
Starting the buffalo dip, sitting the taco dip, cutting the pizza dip, because that pizza dip is strange to me.
I'm going to sub the pizza dip for bison dip, and I'm going to start bison dip because I can literally eat that anywhere at any time, and it's amazing. But only if the French onion dip is bison dip. It's like, what's the one that we have? Dean's?
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, Dean's. Yep.
It's awful. Dean's is terrible.
I love a good Southwest.
But I'm also going to start chicken wing dip and taco dip. I'm going to cut pizza dip and start 3 other ones. Nobody's sitting on my roster.
Doesn't work like that. Matt asks a good one. Starts to cut the Sabres, the Bills, and the Bulls. Buffalo Sabres, Buffalo Bills,
Buffalo
Buffalo
Bulls is in UB. I'm going to cut the Bulls because UB didn't accept me and Marquette did. I'm kind of sour towards University of Buffalo. I'll root for him, but I'm just like...
Buffalo Bison or whatever they are?
No, they're the Buffalo Bulls.
Buffalo Bulls. What is that? Which team disappoints you late?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Probably the Sabres. They at least have more games to disappoint you over.
I'm gonna start the Bills though, only because I want them to be successful so badly. I can do with a couple more years of mediocrity in hockey, because I know that Jack Eichel and Sam Reinhart and Rasmus Ristolainen are going to carry the team to new heights. I need the Bills to win now, so the city can just
fair enough,
like have a gasp of relief.
Gotcha. I want to answer Dave's, and then we should probably get off the air. Cake, pie, and Kringle. Now, I need to clarify on this. What type of pie?
What type of cake? And what type of Kringle?
Well, Kringle, for the most part, is Kringle.
I'm going strawberry cream cheese Kringle.
Whatever makes you happy.
Oh, sounds so good. Okay, go ahead. You go first.
Start the Kringle. Sit apple pie. Cut cake.
Have you ever had
cheesecake?
Ooh.
Then this is a whole other conversation, and cheesecake wins, and everybody else can just go home.
Have you ever had apple pie in a bag?
I feel like I have.
Apple Holler. You know where Apple Holler is,
I do.
right?
I've never been, but I've had a version of apple pie in a bag.
I believe my mom actually will know.
Like a
my mom
taco?
would know. Mom, where do you get the apple pie in a bag? Because I need to get one. I'll bring it in next week. And
he always says these things. I'll bring it in. I'll bring in taco.
Yeah,
I'll bring in apple pie in a bag.
I'm gonna have my mom post the recipe for the buffalo chicken wing dip. So chicken wing dip.
Can we just have like a food? Can we just have a sports food day? We do a lunch show, for God's sakes. Why do we not eat on this show? Why do we not have sports themed food?
I'll bring chicken wing dip next week.
I have to bring my grandma's chili at some point because that's like the ultimate tailgate.
I don't think I can make it by Friday. I'll make it for Monday or Tuesday next week.
Gotcha. She says Elegant Farmer in East Aurora.
Elegant Farmer, yes.
Or East Eagle, Wisconsin. JSK. She says LOL Eagle, Wisconsin.
Not East Aurora. East Aurora is in New York. Elegant Farmer, yes. The Elegant Farmer is fantastic. They have a lot of good stuff. But yes, let me figure this one out.
Okay.
If it's cake, it's got to be ice cream cake, and I'm still going to cut it. If it's baked apple pie in a bag.
Okay, yeah.
I don't like cake. We already talked about this. I don't like cake.
For those that played Portal, you guys know that the cake is the lie.
I do like carrot cake without the nuts, though. Or, cheesecake. Very good.
Love cheesecake.
Very good. I don't like regular cake, though.
Red Velvet.
Red Velvet,
Cheesecake
gross.
Factory.
Yeah.
If they want to personally sponsor me, I will eat Red Velvet every day on the show.
Bananas Foster. They have a Bananas Foster cheesecake at Cheesecake Factory.
Sounds terrible.
Anyways.
McGuanago,
yes,
apparently.
So, McGuanago. I'm going to cut cake. I'm going to sit pie.
You're going to cut the cake?
I'm going to cut the cake.
Cut the cheese?
Pie always has an opportunity to be very good.
It does. A fresh, warm, hot apple pie.
Say it's like apple crisp.
Right.
Or like apple pie. Apple crisp is amazing. I'll bring some in next week.
That's the show motto. I'll bring it in next week. We still haven't gotten official confirmation on our show motto.
I'm starting Kringle.
You're starting Kringle. Whoop.
If it's any flavor aside from almond, because
you're making the right choice. Kringle is by far the best thing. Do we have any others? Anything else we need to do? Anything else we need to start say cut?
Okay. Let's do a. Oh, you don't like beer? Well, you do, but like.
I'll get over it. What do I need to do?
IPA, stout.
What's the difference?
Exactly. See, he's not gonna know.
Cut the IPA because I'm pretty sure those are nasty.
How about
I'm drinking
cheese?
a lager
Can we do a
right
cheese?
now.
Can we do a cheese one?
Hit me with some cheese fast.
Cheddar.
Okay. Sharp? Extra sharp?
Sharp. Because milds, yeah.
Okay.
Sharp cheddar, provolone, pepper jack.
How am I eating it? Am I just picking up a slab and just or am I putting it on a sandwich? Am I dipping something in it that's melted? Putting it in a sandwich. I'm having a burger. I'm putting pepper jack, provolone.
American is always there, but you have these 3 other premium cheeses that you're like, I could use one of these as an option.
To hell with America. American.
More like Americant.
At least in cheese it can't.
God.
Starting provolone, it's always my go-to on any sort of sandwich, sub, burger, or other delicatessen item. I would sit sharp cheddar.
Okay.
I would more of an extra sharp my kind of guy because I'm an extra sharp kind of person. And I would cut pepper jack because who wants to be spicy while they eat? I want to enjoy my food.
Me. I
want to have
foods.
a personality. I want to love what I do. I don't want to put myself through hell.
I love provolone.
I do too.
But
I love you.
I do love some spicy food.
Not as much as I love Lucy, though.
Here we go. This is good. Qdoba Chipotle Moe's Southwest Grill.
Do you understand? Have you been to a Moe's?
Yeah. Welcome to Moe's!
Yeah, this guy. You've been to Florida then, obviously?
We have one in Buffalo.
Of course you do. It's not cool anymore. Once I find out something is also available in Buffalo, I just completely say to heck with it. They're all the same.
They are.
Moe's is the best.
Everyone always talks about how Chipotle.
Hey, we got over 100 comments according to our producer.
Hey, keep the streak alive.
Flash the lights. We need like a 100 comments button.
I'm gonna start Moe's because who doesn't love a good entrance? Who doesn't love a good entrance?
Right? I don't walk into Qdoba. I always feel like I'm bothering them when I walk in. I'm like, hey guys. They're like, dang it. I wanted my break 10 minutes ago. My favorite is when you got people in the back at Moe's. They're just like, hey, welcome to Moe's.
Dude peeking around the booth.
Yeah. It's like, oh, okay, we got it. Thanks, guys.
Welcome to Moe's.
Welcome to Moe's.
It's like having a birthday at a Fridays.
Oh my gosh. Texas Roadhouse. For those of you, this is free for you today. Never go to Texas Roadhouse on your birthday because they bring out a cowboy hat. They make you sit on this little saddle and they make you go bang bang. It's my birthday after they sing to you.
Oh my god,
it's terrible. Don't do that.
Sounds awful.
Don't be like Baxter.
Okay, Baxter. I have one for you.
Good lord. This is the never-ending. We might as well start a show called Start Sit Cut, where we just start
sit cut.
I think our producer wants to go to lunch.
The morning brew, halftime, or happy hour.
Start them all because I love you all equally. You'd get mad if I started the morning brew over halftime.
Yeah, but I know you'd do it.
You don't know that.
Don't lie to me.
As soon as people start sending us free T-shirts, I'll be more than happy to say halftime is my favorite. For those of you that missed the morning brew today, Jamie and I got free Brew Sports #YesDrama T-shirts. If people want to send us halftime #OffTheRails T-shirts, obviously my favorite show.
Yes.
I can be bought for people that don't know.
I just realized I can comment on here as the Buffalo Bills backers of Milwaukee. Okay, I'm going to do that.
Why? I can comment with all of the shows that I have page access to.
Right. Oh, look at that. The Buffalo Bills backers of Milwaukee.
Oh, my God. What's up, Buffalo Bills backers of Milwaukee? Woo! Are we over an hour yet? Have we hit our quota?
I think we've hit our quota.
We've hit our quota.
I think we've hit our quota. Should we close it out?
Holy freaking A.
Send us some more topics for Start, Sit, Cut.
It's a fun segment. I think we should do it
a little bit. Yeah, maybe we'll go into it a little bit tomorrow. Tomorrow, my favorite segment comes up. What's for lunch? Where I make you a fine feast out of today's relative sports.
Do you know what's for lunch yet?
Knowledge.
Like the genre?
I don't know yet.
What have you done so far? A sandwich?
I made a sandwich. I made
soup.
No, I did pizza.
Pizza.
I made a sandwich. I made a pizza, and I did tacos.
You did a Reuben.
I did a Reuben. Yes.
If you have ideas for what's for lunch,
yes.
Wendy says, "What size shirts?" I'm a medium, Wendy. Your son is.
I'm a large.
Wants to pretend he's a medium. But
I want to pretend I'm a medium.
He's a large. Needs to get on that Brew Sports workout program. There's a weight limit for our hosts, actually.
Yeah. So let's thank everybody for commenting. Jody, it's always good to see you. Tom, Wendy, my parents,
Matt,
the Buffalo Bills backers of Milwaukee, Brew Sports.
Guys.
Let's thank Brew Sports for commenting.
Brew Sports, they
Pat,
are a class
Jimmy,
act.
Everybody.
Tom,
Turber, Adam, as always.
Dave,
Eric, thanks
Kurt,
for coming back on.
Adam, Michael,
Matthew.
Matt was on the show earlier. Thanks to Matt Evans for talking soccer and putting up with our madness for about 15 minutes of the life he'll never get back.
If you ever want to go back and watch anything, all of our videos are on YouTube at Brew Sports. We also have a Twitter and Instagram. I don't think we have a Snapchat yet.
No, I don't know if we will.
At Brew Sports Net, # Brew Sports. Yeah. I'd tell you to follow me, but I don't think people really care.
At Banner Turk, at Baxter Colburn. Go to the website, brewsportsnet.com, the most important part of this entire operation. You can see Tanner write about himself. I wrote about myself, too. You can check out the programming schedule, find out where upcoming shows are. You can contact us.
And if there's ever anything you want us to talk about, even if it has nothing to do with sports, this is the show to do it. So just message us or comment or send something to us, and we will gladly talk about it. But your comments and your topics are what drive this derailed show. Halftime. # off the rails.
I think we need to applaud our producer for putting up with
us. Let's applaud David for
Thank you to David,
sticking
our producer.
around for a little
oh, sorry, once more.
For, some extra minutes here, some extra airtime. Yeah, David's great. It's always good to have. That's why you wanted to sit in that spot, because you didn't have to produce today.
I can do whatever I want on Wednesdays. It's the best day of the week. Some people are like, it's hump day. I'm like, it's producer day, baby. That's what it is.
Go U.S.
in baseball.
We'll see if anybody cares tomorrow in baseball.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
He's Tanner Burke. I'm Baxter Colburn.
And I hate Sidney Crosby.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow on Halftime. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for tuning in to Brew Sports.